Let's move to the second one on the article, which I find interesting, is find all of these interesting. It's the non-disclosure and confidentiality provisions. And you talk about Washington's Silence No More Act. I did not know about that act. I don't have employees. Can you talk about that segment? And for those people who don't know what Silence No More Act is, talk about that as well.
Yeah, and something to keep in mind with Silence No More, it's not just for employers. It's actually kind of across the board. All non-competes or all non-disclosure provisions, confidentiality provisions should have this carve out. And what the purpose of it makes a ton of sense, right? So again, we have relied upon the ability to, shush people and keep bad acts sort of under, sweep them under the rug. Good examples are, the Harvey Weinstein situation, the Trump hush money scandal. All those are great examples of how this works, right? So in order to keep my reputation and to hide these events, we're going to pay some money, and you're subject to a confidentiality agreement. So what Washington put in place a couple of years ago is a requirement that those confidentiality provisions, while they can still be quite broad, they must carve out and allow for the disclosure of bad acts by the employer. So if there is, discrimination, harassment, assault, anything like that, is a carve out from the non-disclosure, and people can talk about those things. So you can't.
It's almost like a whistle. It's almost like a whistleblower type of a scenario where somebody is calling out bad behavior, bad actor, bad situation, and can do so without fear of retribution.
That's right. And actually there's yes, they're legally allowed to disclose that regardless of whether they have signed it. And with that particular law, if you present a non-conforming NDA or confidentiality provision to an employee, they're entitled to $10,000 like that, simply because you gave it to them and it was violating. And so this is, as you mentioned, you didn't know about it. It's pretty common that people don't know about it, and lawyers do. And so if you have your employee, who you're hiring, you give them the document, they take it to their lawyer, it wouldn't be unheard of for them to come back and say, well, since you gave me this, I'm entitled to $10,000.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank, big fish, small pond in the